Everyone, today we're looking at an important part of our health and physical education curriculum, how vaping and alcohol can influence young people's decisions with health and overall well-being. These substances are becoming more visible in day-to-day life, whether through friends, social media, or wider culture. So it's important we understand the facts rather than relying on assumptions. The aim of today's lesson is to give you clear, reliable information, help you develop the confidence to make choices that genuinely support your well-being. We'll be covering links directly through ACARA curriculum, which encourages you to recognize influences behavior and practice protective strategies. Before we build further, let's clarify what we mean by vaping and alcohol. Vaping involves inhaling a vapor of aerosol produced by an electronic device, even when a product claims to be nicotine-free. Alcohol is a depressant that slows the central nervous system, affecting judgment, coordination, and reaction time. Take a moment to think about the first few words of ideas that come to mind when you hear these terms. Young people receive a mix of messages about both substances, so this helps us recognize some of the assumptions we may have already had. Now, let's look at what vaping and alcohol can actually do to the body. In the short term, it can lead to dizziness, coughing, nausea, and reduced concentration. Over time, the risk becomes more significant. Vaping is linked to respiratory issues and nicotine dependence, while alcohol use during adolescence can affect mood, sleep patterns, and long-term brain development. Understanding these effects gives us a deeper picture of everyday choices that influences our youth. To put into perspective, a recent Australian data shows around 1 in 6 adolescents has vaped within the past year. Alcohol remains the most widely used substance among young people. These statistics help challenge the idea that everyone is doing it and remind us that perceptions don't always match reality. There are many reasons young people might experiment with vaping and alcohol: curiosity, social pressure, stress, wanting to fit in, or misreading how common substances really are. All of these play a role. Social media often presents vaping as harmless or fashionable, and alcohol is frequently shown as a normal part of social life. We're now going to apply learning in small groups. You'll be given a scenario involving a realistic situation. For example, a friend offering a vape at a party. Your task is to identify the potential risks and then discuss protective behaviors someone could use in that situation. These might include setting boundaries, leaving the environment, or seeking support from a trusted adult or friend. Afterwards, we'll come together as a class and we'll share our ideas. This means that the students can bounce off each other's ideas as a class and learn together as one community. To finish, we've clarified what vaping and alcohol are, explored their effects, looked at national trends, and considered the social influences that shape young people's decisions. Your group activity will now help you practice applying hard minimization strategies, realistic situations, and how we can overcome this together. Let's get started. This lesson and these tasks link to the curriculum links of our task today. From the Australian Curriculum Health and Physical Education of Years 9 and 10, we've examined the factors, the plans, and analysed realistic ways on how we can stop youth vaping and alcohol. Here are my references for this assignment.